Thank Bomac. I want to thank Red, Saul, Chet, Bernard, Dr. Conroy, Steven, Paulina, Shakur, Denise. I want to thank Julie. I want to thank Jessica, Ish. Most importantly, my brother. I want to thank Harrison, my brother. I want to thank everybody that had a part in making this a success.
Terence Crawford stunned the boxing world once again, but this time it didn't happen inside the ring. On an ordinary Tuesday in December, with no press tour, no bright lights, and no promotional buildup, a simple video upload flipped the entire sport on its head. Instead of naming his next opponent, Crawford delivered a different message altogether. At 42 wins and no losses, coming off the defining performance of his career, the fighter many consider the best of his era announced that he was done. No comeback tease, no negotiations, just a quiet, definitive decision to step away from the sport that in a single moment. One of boxing's most dominant careers reached its conclusion, not with a countdown clock or a farewell tour, but on Crawford's own terms.
Breaking news in the boxing world. Terence "Bud" Crawford confirmed his retirement from professional boxing in a social media post and video, saying he's walking away as a great with nothing else left to prove. He didn't really use retired, but in every statement but his message is a strong indication that he's ending his career after his most recent fight.
Most fighters don't leave on their own terms. They stay until the losses pile up, the body gives out, or the chase for one last payday turns uncomfortable to watch. But Crawford did the opposite. He stepped back while the money was still there, while the threats were still lining up, and while the record read 42-0, that decision raises the obvious question. Why now? Why walk away at a moment when many still see him as the most dangerous fighter in the world? The answer traces back to a single moment just a few months ago. A moment that triggered a realization even the greatest competitors can't ignore forever.
Mama, Grandma, we made it. We made it. You know, it's been a journey, you know? It's been a journey. I remember like it was yesterday, I went to quit boxing. You know, it was getting to the point where I didn't enjoy it no more. I didn't love it no more. And Bomac, you know, he always, hey, don't worry about it, man. Just keep going. It's gonna all pay off one day. And I'm like, man, fuck boxing. But them having the faith in me and keeping me on the narrow arrow, you know, is what y'all see today.
The announcement arrived quietly on December 16th, 2025, through a simple YouTube upload titled "Walking Away as a Great with Nothing Left to Prove." Before anyone even hit play, the title alone rippled across social media. For just over 5 minutes, the boxing world watched a timeline of dominance unfold. From cramped gyms in Omaha to sold-out arenas under Las Vegas lights. But it wasn't the knockouts or the victories that held people still. It was the voice behind them. Crawford didn't sound angry. He didn't sound triumphant. He sounded settled, measured, almost unsettlingly calm. At one point, he delivered a line that immediately stuck. "I've made peace with what's next." For a man whose entire career was built on confrontation, control, and destruction, that sentence carried enormous weight. He explained that boxing had taken everything from him, every ounce of effort, every mark on his body, every piece of his heart, and that he had given it willingly. This wasn't a farewell born from exhaustion or defeat. It felt more like a closing chapter written by choice, that it wasn't surrender, that it was completion.
Bomac, I want to thank Red, Saul, Chet, Bernard, Dr. Conroy, Steven, Paulina, Shakur, Denise. I want to thank Julie. I want to thank Jessica, Ish. Most importantly, my brother. I want to thank Harrison, my brother. I want to thank everybody that had a part in making this a success. Mama, Grandma, we made it. We made it. You know, it's been a journey, you know? It's been a journey. I remember, like it was yesterday, I wanted to quit boxing. You know, it was getting to the point where I didn't enjoy it no more. I didn't love it no more. And Bomac, you know, he always, hey, don't worry about it, man. Just keep going. It's gonna all pay off one day. And I'm like, man, fuck boxing. you know, but them having the faith in me and keeping me on the narrow arrow, you know, is what y'all see today. You know, because without them, I wouldn't be up here right now. Bernard Davis. I can't thank him enough. Rosendo Robles. I can't thank him enough.
To truly understand this decision, you have to rewind to September 13th, 2025, the night everything quietly shifted. When Terence Crawford signed the contract to face Canelo Alvarez, the backlash was instant. The boxing world didn't celebrate it. They questioned it. The criticism was ruthless and repetitive. Too small, too light, too much risk. Pundits argued that skill has limits and weight classes exist for a reason. They framed the matchup not as legacy building, but as a dangerous overreach. The moment brilliance finally collides with physics. But for Crawford, that signature wasn't about chasing validation or silencing doubters. It was about confronting the final question hanging over his career. Not whether he could win, but whether there was anything left worth proving.
When they ask him for the Germonta fight, they don't want to get credit for that fight. It's the same for me. I don't need to take that fight because everybody's gonna say it's too small, it's too small, it's too small, and then, you know, he needs to enjoy his fight.
They said jumping up 2 weight classes to fight the face of boxing at 168 pounds was a suicide mission. They said his 42-0 record was about to disappear.
I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
You really feel because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54 when he fought Madrimov in his last fight showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level, 168, is going to make a difference.
The reaction was brutal. Critics warned that leaping 2 divisions to challenge the sport's biggest star at 168 pounds was reckless, even career-ending. They insisted this was the moment Crawford's perfect record would finally crack. That 42 wins without a loss was living on borrowed time.
Get this. Terence Crawford is reportedly set to vacate his titles in the 168-pound division and move down to 160 to face Cuba's Erislandy Lara. This would be a huge move for Crawford, aiming to become a 6th division world champion. If this happens, Crawford will face a tough challenge against Lara, who's the WBA champion and has experience fighting at 160 pounds. This fight would be one of the most anticipated of the year, and boxing fans are eager to see the outcome. Crawford has shown incredible skills at 168, and now he's looking to bring the success to a new weight class. Will he succeed? We'll have to wait and see.
What followed was nothing short of surgical dominance. Crawford didn't edge past Canelo or scrape out a controversial decision. He broke him down piece by piece and walked away with the undisputed super middleweight crown. In doing so, he achieved something no male fighter in the four-belt era ever had: undisputed champion across 3 separate weight divisions. That's not just rare. It's borderline unreal. Achievements like that don't simply earn Hall of Fame induction. They force your name into a much bigger discussion, one that reaches beyond boxing and into the debate about all-time athletic greatness. And once you reach that summit, once you've beaten the man at the top of the sports food chain, the obvious question becomes, what challenge actually moves the needle anymore? Defending against a mandatory contender for a smaller purse doesn't feel like progression. It feels like regression. And that's where the business reality comes in. Walking away now means Crawford is voluntarily turning down money most people will never see in multiple lifetimes. The numbers being floated after the Canelo victory were staggering. Industry insiders talked openly about a rematch clause that alone could have cleared $50 million. Others speculated about an even bolder move, dropping back down in weight to chase a 4th undisputed reign, something the sport has never witnessed.
It's Crawford. Oh, man. Hey, look. Terrence lands, Palm Springs, never heard of him. Brother-in-law goes out and picks him up, straight to the gym. Because if this work ain't good enough, we got a red eye for him, we'll go back home. I walk in, I see him off in the corner. I'm like, who is this dude, right? Get in the ring with him. My team is right here. This dude is by himself. He came to my corner to get water after every single round. First round goes, I'm like, all right, let me see what he knows. I make a move, boom, I get hit. I'm like, dang, okay. Let me get a little bit serious with this man. Let me see if he lay down. So I turn it up, bing, 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 bing. He's like, bing, 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 right back. And I'm like, ooh, okay, he got something, right? But then I would raise it another level. And then it's an all-out fight. But he right there hanging with me. Every time he's right there. I was supposed to go 6 rounds that day. I only went 4. Ooh, man, I'm like, who are you, man? I'm Terence Crawford. And I look at him, I go, bruh, you ain't no sparring partner. You a world champion, man.
Then came the sideshow conversations, the kind that dominate timelines but dilute the sport. Everyone knows the names being floated. Speculation about crossover spectacles, influencer opponents, and novelty matchups promising massive money with minimal danger. The kind of fights that come with 9-figure checks and almost no professional downside. For most people, the pull of one last cash out would be impossible to ignore. Stay a little longer. Take a couple of soft landings. Secure the future forever. Crawford chose the opposite path. Stepping away now sends a message that might be even rarer than his skill set. His legacy outweighs his earnings. The motivation was never just the payout, it was validation. And in his mind, that goal has finally been met.
Crawford is the most talented fighter that I've ever been in the ring with, right along with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was a savage. He was definitely savage, but Crawford, skill for skill, I ain't never been in the ring with nobody more skillful than Crawford. This is history. This is a GOAT before he became the GOAT. And you gotta see how he was before he got to where he is now.
Any discussion about retiring unbeaten eventually circles back to the same name, Floyd Mayweather. For years, that perfect 50-0 became the most powerful number in boxing. A brand as much as a record. Floyd stepped away with a flawless tally and nothing left to protect. Crawford choosing to walk off at 42-0 has ignited a very different kind of argument online. Among hardcore fans, the conversation isn't about which number looks better on paper. It's about what those wins actually represent. The common sentiment is simple. Mayweather owned the math, but Crawford owned the dominance. The contrast at the end of their careers is stark. Mayweather's final victory came against Conor McGregor, a global superstar stepping into a boxing ring for the first time. Crawford's last statement was made against Canelo Alvarez, an established legend, in a division Crawford was never expected to conquer. This debate has little to do with hypothetical matchups. It's about how legacies are closed. One fighter prioritized control and precision until the very end. The other chose to climb higher, take greater risks, and leave on his biggest achievement. Crawford is clearly betting that history will reward boldness over perfection. And judging by the immediate response across social media, that bet is landing. Fans aren't questioning his decision. They're applauding it. Instead of asking why, the message has been simple. Thank you.
Man, I ain't boxing no more, man. Y'all can have that. You know what I mean? So, you know what got me back into boxing? That kid that y'all see performing at my fight got me back in boxing. Just the thought of people saying that he can beat me, and I haven't been boxing for years, led me back to boxing. And him pushing me and me pushing him, and we competing to be the best fighter in the gym. I want to thank all my fans here that support me. I want to thank. This is bigger than the norm, you know, because I want to thank my urban community. I want to thank my Latin community. I want to thank my white community. And I want to thank my Asian community, my African community. I want to thank everybody, because today you see us all as one. This just came to my mind. I got the key to the city, right? A lot of y'all probably don't know, but this is my second key to the city. Let's go, bud! So that means today my day, right? That's your day. Okay, so T, you can have that day, all right? The first key to the city is March 4th, the same day as my son. It's a special day, but at the same time, I would never take the light or take anything away from my son, you know, so he can have that day. But tell me, what do this open?
Today, whatever you want.
Hey, y'all got that on camera? Today, September 27th, anything I want is mine. I don't want to hear nothing. If I go in a restaurant and say y'all packed and y'all ain't got no room, I'm gonna say today